What is good, everybody? We are on our Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 3 tier list. And this one is going to be for my favorite characters. So let's hop right into it. If you're new, you know what to do. Go ahead and like the video, sub up. And we're going to go in order. As you can see from the tiers, we have Goated, Amazing, Great, Good, Decent, Ugh, Annoying, and Don't Care / Trash. So if you're in the Don't Care / Trash tier, yeah, I don't really care. Anyway, off the bat, let's get Carmen up on the board. Now, Carmen Diaz. She's not a bad character, but she's not a great character. She's just, kind of there for Johnny, W woman, and also Miguel's mom. So, and she doesn't have problems. The only times she's actually never even been horrible. Even when Miguel got hurt, she was just being a W mom. She just didn't want Miguel to be in karate anymore. But yeah, for overall, I mean, she doesn't do anything horrible. She doesn't do anything crazy. She's just a good protective mom for her boy and a good wife to Johnny. So for that reason, we're going to put her decent because, she's just decent. Now, this might be a controversial one, and that's our boy Hawk. Since we are reviewing this over the whole course of the show, Hawk was obviously one of my favorite characters watching the show. Season 1, 2, and 3, and 4. His whole arc went full circle. But the problem with Hawk, what they did, is in Season 5 and 6, they just didn't care anymore. The writers just care. Season 6 really pissed me off. We're talking about an All-Valley champion in Season 4. He beat Robbie in the finals. Now, granted, you want to say Robbie was unfocused, staring at Kenny, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop-de. He has a trophy. Robbie doesn't have a trophy. And Hawk, I'll tell you Hawk right now. Hawk carried a lot of Season 3 of Cobra Kai when he was the main villain and when he switched from the bad to the good side, which was absolute cinema, if you ask me. But if we have to count overall Hawk as, as a character, we got to put him in Amazing. Because coming from whatever he had, he was called Lip. He went to get his mohawk. He came into Cobra Kai. He was thugging in the tournament. He went on to win in Season 4. Season 3, he switched sides. All of that stuff. He might not be goated because they messed his ass up in Season 6. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, he's still Hawk, and he's still an amazing character. Quite not goated, but he's amazing. Now, Devin, I had problems with you. I'm not going to lie. I thought you were cool at first. Then you pissed me off with the whole Kenny thing. But I never really hated you for that. I understand why you did it. I don't like that you did it, but I kind of understood why you did it because you were threatened by him, which Kenny did say. Devin was all right when she got introduced. She was in the debate club. They needed a girl for Eagle Fang. And then, what was it, Bert? Bert found her and brought her on. And she was kind of crazy. I liked her in Season 5-ish when she was kind of nerfed. No, not nerfed. She didn't really, do anything else crazy other than be friends with Tori and Cobra Kai, which was all right. But then Season 6 kind of pissed me off with her character where she was goody-goody, but then she cheated. The whole cheating thing is the bad thing. At least she owned up to it, which I understand. But as a character, I can't call her ugh or bro. If this was like me like 2 months ago, I was putting her in ugh tier, bro. I swear to God, I did not, or annoying. But to be honest, as a character by herself, she's decent. She's not horrible. You understand why she was upset at Mike Barnes, why she got upset with Johnny. So it does make sense, but she's a good written character. She's an all-right written character, I guess. She's not crazy or anything like that. But we're going to put her over in decent. Above Carmen, though. Because, we'll put her in good, actually, because she's an actual character in the show. Carmen's more like side character, like floater. But Devin actually has, like, plot in the show, other than being, like, someone's, like, acquaintance. Now we got Silver. Now, Silver's going in goated. I like, if you don't have him in goated, you're just a hater. But this man has generation levels of hating that spanned over 40 years. Bro, this dude back in Karate Kid tormented a little kid for like teenage karate drama. Then found his life. He became rich. He did all this stuff. And then got roped back into it, and he picked up right where he left off. He's a straight up demon. Terry will like actually set off a nuclear bomb to make sure like Cobra Kai doesn't win. That's the levels of hating we're talking about here. Terry Silver is actually a national threat, bro. I saw people saying we could put him in Gotham, we could put him in Metropolis. Bro, send this man to the gulag, dude. Terry Silver is just, and oh my God, the way they treat this man like a supervillain is crazy. I love it. He be having his own yachts. He be having like goons he hires. He be cheating and shit. Terry's just one of a kind, bro. I love Terry. The more I see him and the more he's like in the show the show is better. Like all the things he does, he's next level hating, bro. And also his dialogue and the way he speaks, the way he acts, he's also top tier. He's a class act, so we got to give him that. Next we have Anthony Lapusso. Okay, so obviously we all know Anthony was hella annoying earlier on in the show, and they kind of started writing him into the show by being a bully to Kenny, which I kind of like that because it's the opposite of Daniel. But He kind of didn't wanna, but then he got forced to peer pressure. Then he kept doing it, and then I really actually like Anthony's character, the way it develops. He went from the opposite of Daniel because Daniel didn't have nothing. He didn't do shit like that, and Anthony came from it all. He was privileged, all that, and he was bullying people. Daniel wasn't bullying people. Anthony was. Now, what he did to Kenny is kind of pretty stupid. Obviously, we can all agree. But then once he got into his Cobra Kai ways, his Miyagi-Do ways, and he was training with everybody, and they actually started writing him into the show. But he wasn't, he wasn't a prodigy like Sam was. It was really good. It was really well done. I loved his dynamic with his father. I loved the dynamic with his sister, and I loved his dynamic with Kenny because, hey, there was a lot of times when Kenny was beating on him, and that's just not a LaRusso thing to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I actually think he's above Devin. I'm not hating on Devin or anything, but I do genuinely like Anthony's character. It's kind of like an inverse effect of LaRusso, so Daniel. So I do like how that went. Next, we got Sam. Now, man, a lot of times, this girl be annoying, bro. I'm just going to say straight up. A lot of times, she be going with everybody's boyfriends. She's just making that, like not smart decisions, I guess. She'd be complaining about other people, too, which kind of pissed me off in the show. But I mean, Sam overall is a decent character. She's probably better than Anthony, to be honest. So she's good. It's just because it's hard to say because she's one of the main characters of the show. So there's more to talk about her. Like she had her problems with Tori. Then she was, going between going between Miguel and Robbie, stuff like that. And in the beginning, she was annoying because she was with Kyler, but then I guess she saw her ways. And she would always complain to her dad about shit, which was like, dude, this is Daniel, bro. Come on. What are you doing complaining, Daniel? But Sam had her whole arc of finding her way and fighting what she wants to fight for. So I guess that is pretty good the way they wrote that. But I don't know, man. I just kind of can't get behind Sam's character because she was a prodigy and she was privileged. So she had everything going for her. But she was kind of prejudged Tori in the beginning of the show. And then that's how the whole thing kind of got off between them. A lot of times she was going to win or beat Tori and become champ, and she never did. So there's that to go off of. But I don't know. Sam really struck me as irritating. She wasn't annoying. She was just kind of making like annoying decisions in the show. I guess that was how she was written. She was supposed to act like that, and she did. So I guess good job to her. But I don't know, man. I couldn't put her in like anywhere above these guys. They're probably above Anthony and Devin for sure because she's had more screen time. But having her closer to Hawk is like not it's not gonna happen. Barnes was cool. I mean, he came in like for a few episodes. He fought Johnny, which was pretty sick. He was teaching the kids what's going on. So, and his thing burnt down, and he was going crazy for Terry Silver. He was a good character. He was a good reintroduction. I like how they brought him back in. He was a chill dude. He had his own furniture store. He didn't really want to be in karate beef no more. He moved past that. But Terry burned his store. Then he goes to try and beat Terry's ass at his own house. That didn't happen. And then yeah, he trained the kids to, I guess, be ready for the second attack. So overall, Mike Barnes is a W man. He fought Johnny. He earned his respect. He earned Daniel's respect. Nothing bad about Barnes. I wouldn't put him in great because he's only been like 2 or 3 total episodes of the whole show. So it's like, can't really do that to him. Tori. Now, Tori's an amazing character. At first, if you ask me, when I was like not watching the show with my brain turned off, she was and annoying. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, she is better than Hawk in my opinion. Now, I used to think of her as the modern day Johnny Lawrence if I was going to classify these characters, both with the parental situation, not the privileged life for Johnny compared to Tori. Tori's character is great. She came out the mud. She didn't have a father. Her mother passed away. She was a hard worker. When she made a friend in Aisha, Sam pretty much didn't like her, and Sam was like Miss Popular, blah blah blah. So Sam was like, yeah, I don't like you. You're a cheater. You're this. You're a liar. So that was really, she was coming from behind. And when she joined Cobra Kai and she got a purpose with Crease like directed all of her anger towards like winning. And she is an All-Valley champion as well. And she was with Miguel and Robbie, same thing with Sam. But for her reasons for being with them was different for Sam's. I don't know. She actually I guess had more interest in the people she was with at the time than I guess Sam would. Because I feel like Sam's was just forced and she just she got a little bit of attention from the other person and hopped off. But Tori actually had a real connection with Robbie when they both came and met up in Cobra Kai. I thought that was really good and really well handled. And even the whole thing in season 6 where she was kind of in this rough part. I didn't like how she stormed off in season 5, I believe. No, season 6 part 1 when she was fighting Sam. I didn't like that because everybody was there to help her, and she was just like angry. And I get what Johnny says, like that's all she needed. She wanted to get on the fight and get on the mat and fight, but I don't know. That part was really weird to me, but everything after that makes sense. She was like, let's put with her relationship with Robbie, let's put it on hold. Let's focus on karate, and then we'll pick up where we left off. And especially in season 6, part 3, where she actually ends up beating Zara and coming full circle with Robbie, it was amazing. And yeah, I think she's a great character, well written. Her anger, honestly, is justified throughout the whole show. Some people didn't think that, but I do. I think her anger is justified, so I'll put it there. Master Kim, bro, you were ugh, bro. You were just stupid. You were in the show for like a total of like 2 episodes total, and you were just generationally angry all the time about Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai. We're gonna go kill people. We're gonna go slime people back in America, bro. You were treating Yoon like he was a soldier. Like, come on, bro. And also, you were picking on your granddaughter. Who the hell does that, dog? Like, you're a horrible sensei, bro. You belong. You know what, bro? I really don't care. You're not trash. I just don't care about your gang. I don't really give a fuck. Now, Kwon, oh my God, look who just came up on the list. It's my boy Kwon, baby. Now, if you're new to the channel, I, in fact, love Kwon Jae-sung. That man, oh my God, he was in like 5 or 6 episodes total. But, dude, the way they portrayed this man coming into like season 6, coming from Korean Cobra Kai, coming under Master Kim's teachings, he was a demon. He was a demon. He was literally like Thanos level threat before we went to Sekai Taikai. And then when we got to the Sekai Taikai, shit was on go mode. He was beefing with Robbie. He was beefing with Axel. He was beefing with Tori. He was beefing with Miguel. Bro, he was beefing with everybody. He had so much, bro. He was like, bro, he even got a point on Miguel. Like, Miguel won the Sekai Taikai, and he got a point on him? Come on, man. You got to put some more respect. R.I.P. to the GOAT, though, but damn, bro. Kwon left too early, and especially back in Korea when he was fighting 1v3 against the Korean students. Ooh-wee! Talk to me, bro. Kwon, he was gone too soon, and if you ask me, plot got rid of him. He could have, if you ask me, no plot, he was dogging Axel. But they need to put Axel in the finals. Why? I don't know. I would have much rather had Kwon in the finals. But it would have been cooler if the champion was defeated by Kwon and Kwon went to America. Like, I'm just writing the best fictional stories of all time. You guys could have done that, but y'all didn't. Y'all missed out on an opportunity. This dude, he was not annoying. Ugh, I kind of don't care. I forgot his name, though, but it doesn't matter. Now, Johnny, obviously. Johnny's the whole reason Cobra Kai existed. Johnny's the whole reason Miguel won the Sekai Taikai. And Johnny's the reason why I love this show. 6 or 7 years of Cobra Kai was because of this man. And his story went full circle. Back from after he lost in the Karate Kid 1, right up until, in the last episode we saw like a flashback when he was at his mother's grave, which was beautiful, by the way. Right then until the end of the show, absolute peak storytelling. I'm not gonna lie. What a great redemption arc that Johnny was on, because he was the villain, but obviously in this show he was a protagonist. You know what I'm saying? And I love overall Johnny's vibe in the show. I love his character arc. I love his dialogue. I love his action, like comedy too. Johnny's probably the funniest character in the show. So we got to give credit where credit is due. And there's not much else to say about positive things about him, bro. They handled Johnny perfectly, I think. Now we move on to Demetri. Oh, God. Now, Demetri, I'll say this. He wasn't annoying at first, but season 6 killed it for me. Bro, the whole thing with the MIT and his girlfriend, like, this shit was just on God. I don't want to talk too much about Demetri because I could be here for like 10 minutes, bro, but Jesus Christ. Demetri, you are one of the most annoying characters I've ever seen in television. I swear to God. You weren't, but then you became one. When you were being bullied, I was fine with it, honestly. You were not annoying. You were like indecent. And then you would join Miyagi-Do. You were throwing up some moves against Robbie in the season 4. That was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. But, my brother, you pissed me off in 5 and 6. You gotta go. And also, the thing with Hawk in the forest, that shit pissed me off even more. We got Zara. Zara's great. None crazy. None bad. Some people didn't like her. First of all, she's hot. The simple as that. We just gotta get that's credit where credit is due. And she did her role to her perfection. She was there to piss off Tori. She was there to be undefeated. She was there to be a demon. And that's what she did. She pissed off Tori. But in the end, Tori ended up whooping her ass. So, Zara, you'll go over there. Check your DMs. Anyway, Kyler. Kyler actually had a great arc, honestly. But Kyler was a piece of shit at first. Then he went to Cobra Kai. I'm like, damn, he went to Cobra Kai? Okay, let's go. Then he went to college, and then the boys met him at college, and then he was cool. I was like, hold on, Kyler. Okay. You had a little redemption arc yourself. And I loved, at the end, what they did with Miguel and Kyler's relationship, which was pretty cool. So, Kyler does get great status. It feels weird really putting Kyler over Sam. Maybe we got to change it. It's an opinion-based list. I don't know. Sam's weird, bro. This is better. Sam's a little weird. Because she... my God. I don't know, bro. Oh, Wolf. Oh, my God. This dude, Wolf. Wolf was amazing. But he's not better than Hawk, though. Wolf was amazing for different reasons, bro. He came into the show straight up beefing with Johnny. We've only had him for like 10 episodes. But dude was straight up demon mode. First of all, one of the strongest people ever in the verse. Before Johnny beat him in the Sekai Taikai, dude was 2v1ing him and Daniel. Can you believe this? Peak Johnny and Daniel, and this young dude was 2v1ing them. I can't, bro. I was so pissed when that was happening because I'm like, there's no way Johnny and Daniel are not gonna beat this guy 2v1. But they were getting pressed, and Wolf, you just really hate the guy. Like later on in part 3, you really hate the guy, so you really want to get his ass beat, which is playing a villain perfectly, if you ask me. Especially when Wolf came up to the locker room and he was like bullying Johnny. Oh my God, I was like, I got no problem with you, big dog. So Wolf is actually an amazing character. Great villain too, very well. And then at the end of his arc, when he lost, he put his arms up and said, "A big respect, Johnny." So I respect him for that. Oh, Kenny. Oh my God, Kenny. I promise you guys, Kenny's goated. No. I'm not even kidding. Kenny's actually a goated character. Let me tell you why. This man has elements of the Karate Kid in his whole storyline. Off the rip when he got introduced. First of all, scrawny little kid, doesn't have a father. His big brother's locked away. It's just him. So it's him and his mom's, first of all. And he just moved to a new school, or he got to a new grade. And he's getting picked on. He's getting bullied. And he falls for online, you know what I'm saying, bullying. He gets called over there. They make him look like a fool. He gets bullied bad. So this guy's like, you know what? I'm going to go join Cobra Kai. I'm going to see what this is all about. And first they're like, no, bro, you got to get out of here. You're not shit. But then Robbie talks to him. He's like, hey, let me tell you this. I know you're big bro. I'm going to try and take you under my wing. So come back to Cobra Kai and show me what you got. He comes back to Cobra Kai. He shows a little bit of that fire that we know he has. But he starts a little bit of a dark arc, if you know what I mean. Which, I love that shit. When, you know what I'm saying? Because we know what happens later. He starts his dark arc. He becomes in Cobra Kai. And then he just becomes more twisted. He starts bullying Anthony. He starts doing this. He's becoming a bad version. And Robbie sees it too. So he's trying to like be like, yo, this is not a good idea for you. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. You know what I'm saying? This is not good teachings, not good ethics. He's like, man, I don't care. Cobra Kai never dies, right? And then Robbie ends up putting him on a poster in the tournament, so that's fine. But the next season, he's still a bad guy. He's still in Cobra Kai. He's one of the strongest fighters though. Later on in that season, in season 5, and Terry takes him under his wing and teaches him the Quicksilver method. You know, all that. Enemy can't breathe, enemy can't stand, enemy can't fight, all that stuff. He teaches him the silver bullet. Then he ends up beating Hawk in a one-on-one, which I thought was crazy at the time, but I mean, how are you going to stop the silver bullet? Honestly, you really can't. So you got to pray. And then after Cobra Kai goes taken down, he's like, damn, what the hell? I was being brainwashed. I got no friends now. But then Robbie, he's like, yo, come on down. Miyagi-Do needs you. He doesn't stop giving up on him. And he comes to Miyagi-Do. Then he gets treated a little iffy. And Devin does the whole cheating thing. But Anthony goes back, picks him up, says, yo, let's go, bro. You got to get you in the Sekai Taikai. Then he comes back. Then he pops off. And the rest is history. Ultimate redemption arc for Kenny, and I love it. Kenny Payne, one of the best written characters in the show. Oh my God, we have John Crease. John's right here. John is one of the biggest antagonists in the whole show, and for a good reason. But he ends up coming back at the last part because he doesn't believe in what's going on. Man, when John came into the show, I was so hyped. When Crease came into the show, I know he's gonna worm his way into Johnny, F shit up, regain Cobra Kai. He did all that stuff. But at the end of the day, when it all came down to it, he rode for Johnny. He gave him Cobra Kai, and he went to take out Silver like a real gangster. And what more can you ask? Except say absolute cinema, bro. I have nothing but good things to say about John. Great actor. He has great, like, he's intimidating too. Great dialogue. Like, his story was like, he's a bad guy, and his idea was like, okay, I want to, make sure kids go out into the world ready to go. But, like, he was a little misguided. But then he ended up, like, jogging it back to memory. Not memory, what am I talking about? Oh my God. Next person is Miguel. Miguel fucking Diaz. Talk to me about Miguel. You can never say anything, any negative thing about Miguel. The whole time the show was going on, whether it was season 1 when we was trash, and then season 1 we got good. It was training. Season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5, season 6 when he won the Sekai Taikai. Miguel is the perfect character to couple with Johnny because he complements him perfectly. Miguel, if you think about it, the OG Karate Kid, and even I saw a statement, Ralph Macchio said the same thing. Miguel is the new gen Karate Kid. He came from out of nowhere. Single mother. Learned karate. Won the All Valley. You know what I'm saying? He did all these things, bro. And him winning the Sekai, him beating Axel in the Sekai Taikai, getting revenge on his brother, securing that dub, bringing Cobra Kai to the map. Like, there's nothing more to say. Absolute cinema. Miguel, Miguel's my favorite young character in the show, over Kwon, because Miguel Diaz is just simply that dude. Nobody can beat him in the show. Nobody will beat him in the show. And dog, I'm sorry, but that fight that he had in the end was the best fight in Cobra Kai history. That's all I could say. That's all I gotta talk. Moon, I mean, you're hot, but you're above Demetri because you're hot. This guy, is this penis breath? He was annoying. He became a little normal. I'll put him in decent. Aisha, you were only in for a few seasons, then you left. You were, to be honest, you were good when you were in the show. You were a good compliment to Sam, making Sam feel bad about what she was doing. Then you learned karate and Cobra Kai, which is pretty cool. And there's not much, too much to say about you except that. Yoon was a great character. He did his job. He was captain for Cobra Kai. Then, Kwon, the GOAT, had to step on his face. He was great in the tournament, too. He was doing his thing. And then once he went back to Korea, and then Master Kim was teaching him shit, he had like, Crease saved him. So, not much else to say about Yoon, but a great character. Great new gen. Stingray, amazing. I mean, this guy's comedic relief on steroids. I love it. Especially when he's training the kids, or when he was being hidden from everyone by Terry, and when he was actually in Cobra Kai with Crease. The Coyote Creek scene was good. Literally amazing character. There's nothing wrong with him. And some people, if he doesn't rub you the right way, I mean, that's just simply your fault. Stingray's hilarious, honestly, and the parties that he's always doing with kids, bro. All the funny shit with Stingray is so funny. He's there. Axel was an amazing character. I'm not gonna lie. To be honest, he had a little bit more range than Wolf, because how do I say this? You saw both sides of him. You saw when he was like getting beat on, dominating, getting angry. You saw like more emotions from him, I feel like. And the students had more shit to deal with, like Miguel's nemesis, Robbie's nemesis, stuff like that. And the whole thing about, being involved with Axel. He was also, that thing he tried to make the move on Sam, and then it was a little awkward. So Axel's not bad. We only had him for like 10 episodes, but he was good too. You know what? I'll put him here. Because Wolf was better than Axel. What am I tripping about? Kim. Oh, Kim was an amazing character too. Kim belongs here. Kim's not on Hawk level, but you know what I'm saying. Kim is good. She came in season 5? And she brought the senseis from around the world because Terry requested them, right? Yeah. And then her relationship with Chosen's funny. Her teaching the students, trying to get the women to be on top, which is good. But she's not bad. She doesn't do anything bad. She just fills her role as a sensei. She's like as a hard sensei. She's not she's not brainwashing people, so it's the good thing. But she's up here. She's also hot too, so that also matters. Daniel, automatic goated. There's nothing to say about this. You know what? He is above Miguel because hold on, he's above Miguel because he has shit coming over from Karate Kid 1 and 2 and 3 that carries over that he works on and amplifies. And a lot of the stuff he's done in the show is actually really, really good. A lot of the scenes with the Miyagi stuff is really, really good. A lot of the scenes he has with Johnny is really good. So him and Johnny play off each other very well because on one hand you have Johnny, who's a cocky, self-centered, comedic guy, and then Daniel, calm, balance, Daniel-san, all that stuff. So they're a really good pair together. Daniel is just the OG, you know what I'm saying? You can't hate him. He does really good, especially when he's mentoring Miguel, mentoring the rest of the students, becoming friends with Johnny, becoming best friends with Johnny too. So we all love Daniel for the simple fact. I also trained Johnny too in that way. Amanda, you're actually better than these guys. You pissed me off that one time when you put Daniel in the doghouse. I can't forget that. But you're hotter than you are hot. So you know what? Just because it looks alone, put you in a good tier, low key. Moon, you're hot too. So how high can we put hotness? Goated? Seems fair. I'm just kidding. She's decent. She doesn't look decent. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we have Robbie. Now, first off, let me get Chosen out the way. Chosen Taguchi. Chosen's goated. Chosen is one of the funniest people in the show, but not for Johnny's reasons. You know what I'm saying? He's a foreigner type shit. So he's actually really funny, in my opinion, when I think about him. Chosen just be saying the most random shit at the time. And I'm so glad he came back into the show to teach Daniel some stuff that, Mr. Miyagi didn't teach him. And to stay as a sensei part of the show full time, which was good. That was a good move adding Chosen. So Chosen's just comedy. He's action-packed. He's serious. He's lighthearted. So we fuck with Chosen over here. But Robbie time? Robbie's up there with Miguel. The shit Robbie did. Now, Robbie was introduced as You know, he lost in the first season to Miguel because a little bit of cheating situations was going on. So that's fine. But he didn't give up. He got second place. And his relationship with his father is amazing. His relationship with Daniel is amazing. His relationship with his friends are amazing. Him trying to be a mentor to Kenny was amazing. Him losing again to Hawk sucked, but I guess it needed to happen for Hawk's character development and Robbie's, to be honest, later. And him helping his dad when he had to go help Miguel, which was amazing too. But Robbie overall is a W, man. You can't lie. Other than the fact that the only time he was asked was in season 6, part 2, when he was thinking about Tori. Other than that, Robbie was a goated character for the whole show. Same as Miguel. Other than that, I love Robbie's action. I love his balance of Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai. I love his relationship he has with his, I guess, dads, you could say, with, well, sorry, Daniel's not his dad, his mentor and his dad. And it sucks what really happened to him. I wish he did get a first place at some point. Hey, man, I don't like the show. But I rewatched Cobra Kai, and I really didn't like Robbie when my initial watching of Cobra Kai. I really didn't. I thought, damn, what's he doing, bro? Why is he always so this? Why is he in Cobra Kai? Why? But it makes sense. Crease got in his skin. Robbie went to Cobra Kai thinking he wasn't gonna be brainwashed, but he ended up being brainwashed. That happens. Crease does that to the best of us. But then, you know, at the end of it all, once it was all said and done, Robbie joined the good side along with everybody else, and the rest is history, bro. Let me know what you guys think about this tier list. Obviously, it is purely subjective, so it is my ranking of the people who I fuck with the most. Let me know who you guys think. Let me know who you guys have in the GOATed tier. I have a lot of GOATed characters, to be honest. I don't know if that's true, but these guys are all GOATed to me. Let me know what you guys think, and that'll do it for this one. Catch you in the next one. Peace.